Okay, so I'm not really one for celebrity news and celebrity gossip, but my girlfriend was looking at I think it was the YBF celebrity gossip site, and I thought it was an interesting story about Halle Berry and issues she's going through with her ex, Gabriel Aubry, um, and allegations, keyword, that well, one that he's a racist and that they get into arguments and he, calls it anyone, but more specifically that he gets upset when his child, their 2 year old, I think, Nahla is referred to as black, and he insists that she's white. Um, Now, like I said, key word, these are rumors, celebrity rumor sites. So I don't know how true it is. Um, and I think a good point that I saw a few people responding to the different blogs that, well, why would media outlets even have to refer to this child as black? At what point do you specifically need to say, oh, here we have these pictures of Halle Berry and her black baby in San Diego? Like, no, I don't really, I'm like, I don't know when that would even really come up. But um, it just, to me, triggered an interesting thought, an interesting point as far as, blackness, whiteness, mixed race, racial purity, so on and so forth. Because I saw that I guess some people were like the initial blog that I wrote, they had their little side eye thing, like, oh, like this is something negative that he wouldn't want his child to be referred to as black. And I understand that, no doubt. I understand if you feel like, oh well, you're denying blackness. Why are you trying to deny this child his blackness? Is it because of something racist within you that says, there's something negative, there's something wrong with being black. But I'm like, I have maybe an interesting take on that because I think just some of the things that I've been thinking about over the past year in school, taking theorizing race, and talk about development of these ideas, that American or Western ideas about race. So why is it that okay, Halle Berry is biracial, so she's half black. These percentages, of course, aren't necessarily accurate because she's African American and we're all mixed. But so she's half black, father's white, child is a quarter black. So that child's 75% white. So why is it that we have to accept what basically we're accepting the one drop rule. So when you just look at these ideas about white racial purity, that the white race is something that is exclusive, it's something that is pure, and well, the black race is kind of just whatever. A nigger's a nigger, whether it's 25% or 100%, whatever, it's still black. Now, this is not some sort of I'm not saying that we should reject mixed and biracial people by any means. Am I saying that? No. But should we accept the idea that once you have any black in you, you are black? But that we should also accept that that baby should have no right to call itself white. If she wanted to call herself white, she should have no right to do that. Even though she's 75% white, she can't do that. But the assumption is, by default, of course, this one quarter black child is black. Um, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not into celebrity news, so I didn't even do any reading up to see whether or not these allegations were even true. It's kind of weird that they would even need to refer to her as black. But I just thought it was an interesting point. Um, why a child that is one quarter black should have to be referred to as black, or rather, more importantly, that it can't be referred to as white. That a child that is one quarter black, that is 75% white, that is the majority of its, background, when his parents or their ancestors, what do we call it, is white, but that the American system of white supremacy and white racial purity. Now, this is not to imply that anyone who believes that well, if you're mixed and you're black, this is not saying oh well you're racist. Because this is something that's ingrained in our culture and in our history that white is white. Black is black, mixed is black, whatever. And I'm just like, well, should we not question that? I think maybe we should question that. Um, so, I said I wasn't going to write anything down, but now I feel like I'm getting redundant. I should have written stuff down. I mean, I guess that's about it, really. Like I said, I don't know if these things are true, and I don't know if if he is a racist, and it's like, oh, I don't want you to refer to my baby as black because I'm a racist. Well, I mean, that's a different issue, but it's like, well, how racist are you if you were in a relationship with and have a child with a black woman? Um, but my point is just whether the story is true or not. Just I think it's an interesting point of racial mixing and what it means to be black. And if I'm biracial, or if I'm, as in the case of little Nahla, 70, I'm three-quarters white. Um, can I call myself black? I'm all for embracing blackness because of course we have a troubled history here of being oppressed and issues of racial superiority and self-hate that will make you say, well, yeah, you better embrace your blackness. But should I not have the option to embrace my whiteness if I wanted to? Especially if um, the majority of my blood, so to speak, is white. Um, so, as much as I do like to hear myself talk, I hope that I can get a little feedback on this, whether it's directly related to the story, as in, oh, this is true or this is false, or just your opinions on what it means to be black, what it means to be mixed, and whether or not it's okay. Are we accepting the one drop rule by declaring all mixed people black? Are we accepting the purity of the white race and the I don't know what's the word, impurity or the mongrelness of black race by accepting that there's really no standards to being black. You can be mixed with whatever you want to be black, but you can't be mixed by any means and be white. So, what are your thoughts on that? Um, I'm sure I'll see a few nigger comments coming up on here. Shout out to the nigger comments. But hopefully I'll get a little feedback here. Just whatever. I guess that's about it. I'm rambling now. Just wanted to post something. It's been a while. Let me know what you think. Peace out.